釣り線のいらないよう人参箱に直接ペン、IC カードを刺していってください。
Good morning, I'm still Jeremy, and I'm here at a rather obscure stop on the Hankai Tramway here in Sakai, which is south of Osaka City. I'm going to get off here because I don't know this area at all, and I'm going to explore this area and see what I can find around here. This is a little bit of an older neighborhood, probably mixed with some new stuff. There's construction right now behind me. That's the hammering noise. The tram crossing here is noisy too, so already a noisy video, but let's go see if it gets any quieter and see what else we can find around here. Ishizu's been a stop on the tram line since April Fool's Day 1912. Today it's the 26th busiest station of the 40 along the Hankai Electric Tramway lines. I'm expecting some quiet paths and a close-up look at life in rural Sakai today, and to find what's unique about this particular community. Let's start over across the tracks on the west side. This area is between the tram line and the larger, much busier Nankai Railway tracks, between Osaka City and Kansai Airport in Wakayama. Well, there's the mailman, on his scooter. I have a good feeling about the checklist today. It was made for a neighborhood like this. I didn't really research this area too much before coming. I did look at Google Maps Street View, but a lot of these paths are too narrow for their car, so I really don't know what I'll find ahead. Right here, some newer houses it looks like. Looks like some house or houses were torn down here. Land is for sale, or has been sold and something's coming? I like these winding and narrow and irregular paths. There are fewer and fewer areas like this in Japan, but they're much more interesting than the straight rows of cheap prefab structures you usually see. The sort of area where you can't tell if some paths are public or not, and the people are relaxed and friendly enough that it probably doesn't really matter. I see trees cut into circles. New building on the left, old buildings on the right. Wait, is this a path? Nice porch garden. Okay, there's the tramway tracks. Looks like a dead end here. Could there possibly be a cut through? Ha! Perfect. Pedestrian friendly out of necessity. Perfect for wandering. Well, there's Ishizu Station. Let's go north on this dirt path. I keep calling it Ishizu Station, but it's not technically a station. In Japan, station is eki, but tram stops use the word teiryūjō, more like a place where a vehicle makes a stop, like a bus. So I should say Ishizu tram stop or something. I wonder how many videos there are on YouTube featuring this path. Can't be many. No one visits Japan on the Tokyo, Mount Fuji, Kyoto, Ishizu tram stop itinerary. The tram line began, by the way, in 1895 when some investors applied to open a horse-drawn railway line in the south part of Osaka City. That ran for a few years and was electrified in 1907. I found a photo from 1904 showing people walking in Sakai. I think these are the tramway tracks, when it was still a horse-drawn line. Here's a bigger road. Another nice porch garden up there. And hey, beer vending machines and other types of alcohol. Well, this is not a super interesting road here, but I see a promising looking shrine ahead. It was soon after going electric, mostly in 1912, a big expansion year, that they extended the tram line all the way to here. Actually 2 more stations south of here, which is still where it ends. In 1915, the tramway merged with Hankai Railway, and that's how it was for most of the 20th century, until 1980. Actually, and I'm really not a business person, so this makes absolutely no sense to me, but in 1980, Hankai separated the Hankai Electric Tramway to be its own company, but one still owned by Hankai. That's why the cars still show the Hankai logo. This crossroad is the Kishū-Kaidō, an Edo-era route between Osaka and Wakayama from a few hundred years ago. It's been widened and paved, but otherwise still generally follows its original winding route, whereas the other roads around it are all newer and straighter. This stone gate here has the date 1642 inscribed on it. Looks good for something that old. I don't count this as an interesting statue for the checklist because they're at every shrine. It's got a weird kind of dirt approach with some regular modern house on it. I think this car and I are in each other's way. This shrine is called Iwatsuta. The Iwatsu part of that name uses the same kanji as Ishizu, just pronounced differently. Right now, 2025 is the year of the snake. You can see that snake picture up on the building. Iwatsuta claims to be the oldest Ebisu shrine, or among the very oldest, in all of Japan. Ebisu is a type of shrine dedicated to the figure Ebisu, the god of successful fishing. There's a sort of rivalry with another nearby Ebisu shrine as to which is really the oldest in Japan. Ah, here's Ebisu himself, looking plump and merry and holding a big fish. Let's call him interesting. Local legend tells the tale of the mythical figure Hiruko. Hiruko was a child born weak or deformed, depending on how you interpret the old language. His parents abandoned him by placing him in a boat and setting him adrift at sea. The boat ended up washing ashore here in Sakai. Hiruko had some 5-colored sacred stones with him, and the area was named Ishizu, meaning stone harbor. Hiruko was cared for by the people here, and he became a marine fortune deity himself. Ooh, the secret back exit. There are actually different places around Japan that claim to be where the mythical figure Hiruko washed ashore. But I like the story here because it neatly explains the name Ishizu so well. Ah, right here, near the shrine, is the actual five-colored stones monument, the place where Hiruko's sacred stones were supposedly buried. People have left some offerings. A 5-yen coin, some caramel, a hearing aid, looks like this was placed here in 2007. I think this tells the story of Hiruko's boat and the 5 stones. Let's walk along the Kishū-Kaidō road a little. 300 years ago, people would have been walking on this exact spot, maybe visiting that exact shrine on their way towards Wakayama. Not as much motorbike noise back then. This part of Sakai is called Hamadera in Nishiku, the western ward, one of the 7 wards of Sakai. And up ahead, on the ancient pilgrim road, look what I see. Obachan with cart. Okay, the Obachan has led us here to the Ishizu River. It starts in the hills down south and flows into Osaka Bay, just about 400 meters from here. There's the bridge for the tramway. And there's the Nankai train bridge. And beyond that, the bay. Up here on the other side is another monument, if I can get to it in this traffic jam. This memorial is in honor of a military leader called Kitabatake Akiie, born in 1318. He had a remarkable military career despite being very young. In 1338, he and his forces, loyal to an emperor based in Yoshino, in modern Nara, marched here from the southeast. Opposing forces representing Kyoto marched here from the north. The Battle of Ishizu happened right along the river here. It was brutal and Akiie's side was outmatched. Akiie himself fell off his horse in the melee and he was killed. He is revered for his bravery and his accomplishments despite his youth. Most impressively maybe, to quote the Google translation of the Japanese Wikipedia page, he died at the age of 21, although he was 20 years old. I think that refers to the traditional versus the modern way of counting birthdays. I think I can take one of these flyers about this, even if I can't read it. Let's go see what the battlefield area looks like now. Quieter than that day in 1338. Uh-oh, can't cross the tram lines right now. Or maybe I can. Cool sign. Well, those squiggles, that's kind of like graffiti, but I'm not going to count that for the checklist. Here's looking south. 2 more stops down there, and then the line ends. And back north, way towards Osaka. All right, well, I'm going to go back across the river. I'm not exactly sure if this is still the Ishizu area, I think it is, but go back across the river because there's some stuff there that didn't see yet. Watch more exclusive travelogues and video diaries and get other stuff, including my free weekly newsletter at patreon.com/T1DWanderer. Oh, tram is coming. Is it mine? It is mine. I'm not going to run for it. I'll have to wait for the next one. Bad timing. Again, plenty of bicycles, but all currently being used. Must be someone's job to come here and clear out any abandoned ones from time to time. And we're back at the Ishizu tram stop, older and wiser, and sweatier. Alright, let's see, I just missed the 1251, so 1305. Does that go all the way to Tennoji? Yeah, I think so. It goes somewhere. Okay, well, either way, it looks like I got a little ways to wait here. So that's my look at Ishizu and Ishizu River. I'm glad that there are places like this, way off in the corner of Sakai, that are here ready to be explored. Everywhere is worth exploring. Let's go over the checklist. Abandoned bicycle, interesting statue or figurine, motor scooter, obachan with cart, notable bird, cartoon drawing on sign, graffiti, hair salon, tree cut into circles, car elevator, beer vending machine. Not bad, not bad, see? People pick on a place like this, but look how much it offers you. So thanks for watching, and I will see you on the next adventure. Special thanks this week to the legendary fishing deities Calvin Ferreira, Darcy Otranto, David Richley, Lars Steenberg, Lever Wong, Matt Kane, Michael Fedor, Ray Nichols, Russell Davis, Samantha, Thomas G. Ritchie, and Will Phillips. Thanks for wandering around Izushi with me. Everywhere is worth exploring.
Ishizu北でございます。